Well, spring break is a week that many students and even staff look forward to each year.
Yeah, but the pandemic means spring break is going to look different this year. Jenna Cisneros joins us live from UC's campus with what local colleges and school districts have planned. Jenna.
Paula, when we're talking about spring break, I'm sure this is the last place students want to be, but looks like that might be the reality this year. After checking in with multiple local universities here, seems to be that they're parting away from the traditional week-long spring break, all in an effort to reduce travel during the pandemic.
And I kind of felt like we got kind of like the short end of the stick.
Kelly McCauley says it's tough to imagine her senior year without a spring break. And while she understands the university's concern for traveling during a pandemic,
But in my mind, like, everything is online anyway. So if there was there's no in-person stuff really at UC right now. They say there is, but there really isn't. So what outbreak would there be if kids are going to travel?
At UC, 2 reading days have been added to the calendar. One happened February 16th, and the next will be March 24th, creating breaks to rest and recharge. Spring semester will also end 2 days earlier on April 27th. Other local colleges are following suit. At Xavier, students started 1 week later in January. Students will still have a long weekend over the Easter holiday. And at Miami, the university incorporated 5 wellness days spread throughout the semester instead of a traditional week-long break. As for local elementary, middle, and high schools, that's a different story.
Lakota has not changed our spring break dates.
Just like at Lakota local schools, many districts are following through with the traditional spring break. Do you have any concerns about kids and families traveling and then potentially being exposed to the virus and then bringing it back to school?
That's always a concern of ours, especially when we have extended periods of time off, and we've seen upticks in numbers after that. But I think people are realizing that masks work and help and that the social distancing is working. But we know families are still going to take those trips.
And as families may be taking those trips, school leaders are reminding you of the basics: washing your hands, wearing a mask, and remaining socially distant. Reporting live off UC's campus, Jenna Cisneros, Local 12 News.
It is different, but people are saving money. I guess that's one upside, Jenna. Thank you. Along with the tips that she gave us, the CDC does recommend if you must travel and you're eligible, get fully vaccinated. Before you travel, get tested with a viral test 1 to 3 days before your trip. Get tested 3 to 5 days after your trip, and stay home and self-quarantine for a full 7 days after travel, even if your test is negative. And if you don't get tested, stay home and self-quarantine for 10 days after travel.